think he had the squarest stance I've ever seen in my life. This is going to go for 4. He played it rather well in the end because it climbed on him a little bit and he rode it rather well.
He plays this with very soft hands. And although it comes off the edge of the bat, or the shoulder of the bat rather, it goes away for 4 rather than finding the ball settling in one of the slip's hands or the keeper's hands.
This is that wicket from square on of Lance Klusener, which gives you a good indication of that ball not being nearly short enough for him to play that sort of shot. This has gone high, 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 and is it going to be a catch? It's not. It's going to be 6. I think he might even have caught it, but he's gone over the boundary. That was an unbelievable effort. He never took his eyes off the ball, and he wasn't conscious of where the rope was or where the advertising boards were, for that matter, and he could have done himself a terrible injury. Quite a remarkable catch, but over the boundary.
Quite definitely a top edge here, and the fielder does remarkably well still to catch it. But it was always going to go for 6. No chance of staying in the field of play.
Well, that's Simcox as we know him. A little bit of air from Mushtaq. Was the bait. Simcox took it and dealt with it well.
Vintage Pat Symcox.
He's well in. That doesn't even require a third umpire. Normally direct hits do. In fact, in the old days, before the third umpire, direct hit almost was certainly out.
A brilliant bit of fielding, one has to say. You can see here he really wasn't looking to the run, and it sounded as though Pat Symcox called for the run, but Peter Willey in a good position and a great throw, almost looking at one stump.
Through, and we'll go for 4. It's a good shot.
Excellent stroke, just the sort of thing to get him some confidence as he moved into the 20s. He's now on 23, and it's the sort of way you've got to play a wrist spinner. You can't be too passive. Look at that footwork, super, got back nicely, good balance. That could be the shot of the day. An absolutely superb cover drive after being beaten a couple of times and really unsettled last over. Pat Symcox stands up, hits through the line, and it races away to the mid-off.
Again, the advantage of height. Key words from Lee Irvin there was stand up. Look at him, absolutely upright, feet almost together, but the bat perfectly straight through the line of the ball. Simcox has no regard for this man. Whether the ball will get there or not, it's going to be touch and go. It does.
Well, there we go. He was correct in assuming that the first delivery would be a warm-up and would be of half pace, and what a fine way to bring up South Africa's 200. They've faced 370 balls to do it, but look at this. That wasn't a bad delivery at all. It was on a reasonable length, was leaving him, and he just wafted it away with that huge straight bat of his.
There's just no better place to hit the ball than straight. Now, he won't get any runs for that because that's evasive action. Oh, he will.
Well, he did take evasive action. It nicked him on the elbow, and it went for 4-leg buys. So the action that he took in smashing the first ball over the bowler's head induced him to go around the wicket for the second one.
Edged and put down again. Well. Waqar Younis is furious, and has every right to be. South Africa 205 for 8. Pakistan's fielding has been woeful.
Yes, that one really looped to him at second slip. This was a fine delivery, and once again Mark Boucher playing a loose stroke. It was high, but it looped. It wasn't fast at all. trying to go with two hands when he could have gone with one, or perhaps turned the hands the other way around, almost like a baseball catcher. And superb effort by Waqar Younis is wasted once again.
And that's a beautiful shot. That's 4 runs.
That's a nice shot. Still straight up, throw his bat into it, straight past the bowler. Brilliant shot.
Yes, all very well saying, well, it was a full toss, but you've still got to place the full toss. And Simcox plays with the full face of the bat there.
Well, that's a great shot. Offered a little bit of width and accepted it with glee.
Mark Boucher is a very gifted player. Scores all around the wicket. And he gratefully accepts the short, wideish delivery, smashes it past point for 4.
That's struck away, and that'll get to the boundary. 4 more to Simcox. 4 more to South Africa.
Shorter delivery, Pat Symcox rocking on that back foot, playing a very good back foot drive through that offside field. This partnership will be worrying the Pakistanis now.
And that's why. That was nicely played. Sold him a dummy to start with and then resold it almost. Now I think there might be on the radio. Yeah, already. Cyril Mitchley's got his communications out of his pocket. Good stroke there, Kepler.
Excellent shot by Pat Symcox, gives himself some room, hits the ball through the offside against the spin. Difficult thing to understand is that Pakistan, we watch this
shocking delivery. Dealt with adequately by Simcox. Can't ask more than that. Get a full toss, hit it for 4.
Pat Symcox doing what most international batsmen anywhere in the order will do, dispatching very friendly full toss on leg stump to the boundary.
And again, that's beautifully struck. And 50 runs to Pat Symcox. What a year he's having with the bat.
Another valuable contribution by the old warhorse. South Africa has relied on Simcox very heavily as he picks this ball just short of a length out beautifully over the mid-wicket towards the boundary. And Siclain continues to struggle. His confidence is not quite there. A delighted Pat Symcox acknowledging his teammates in the dressing room.
That's hit high, handsome, 2 bounces, 4 runs. What a good over for Pat Symcox and for South Africa.
Simcox coming down the wicket, making sure that the ball clears the inner ring and picks the gap beautifully.
Well, he's hit that cleanly enough. He's not moving. He knows he hit it hard.
Simcox has just taken away the play from Pakistan. Amir Salkhail drifting into middle and leg stump, dispatched ruthlessly over mid-wicket by Simcox.
Let's have some more of that, said Patrick Simcox. That was a great shot. Wonderful entertainment here from the South African all-rounder.
Beautiful cover drive. That's Simcox's 12th four of the innings. Right from the word go when he came in today, he made his intentions clear. That was to dominate the Pakistani bowlers.
That's beautifully struck away by Boucher. Doesn't it help when you've been at the crease for a while?
Drops it short. Mark Boucher into position very quickly. Boucher is known that he favours the hook shot, plays it very well. On this occasion, executes it perfectly.
He does put back to this one, and it's through the covers for 4 runs.
Valentine's Day crowd having a great deal of fun now, and this is the man who's given them the pleasure. Really been a superb innings by Pat Symcox, and epitomises the fighting spirit of the South Africans.
And that's his 50. Well played, young man.
Unbelievable feeling for this young man. Raises his bat, his team is standing. They know just how valuable the contribution has been, and maybe he'll even get a date tonight.
He deserves it. It's been a splendid innings. 93 balls. He's now batted for over 2.5 hours. And to think that this is only his 19th first-class match. That's well played. And it might go to the fence. He's pulled it through mid-wicket, and it's got enough on it to get there. 4 runs to Boucher.
Very good shot by Mark Boucher. He favours the pull shot. Akhtar not working up the same pace as yesterday. Boucher has no trouble in putting that away.
This is beautifully played. It's 4 runs.
Tremendous shot by Mark Boucher. Ball is well pitched up, swinging away. Just angles that bat. Beautiful square drive.
Moves Boucher to 60. 6 4s and 1 6. Well, that beat him. Good away movement there for Waqar.
Fine delivery by Waqar Younis after driving the previous one for 4. Boucher was probably expecting the bouncer, but Younis bowling the perfect length, swinging it away. Ball was quite there to drive.
Well, he's not afraid to go for his shots this morning, and that's the second pull shot that he's brought off and got 4 runs from. And he ends the over, 311 for 8. I'll take that. Bowl me a few more short ones and I'll deal with you in that way, and I won't move from the crease. It's 4 runs.
Bowler erring in line this time, whereas previous short deliveries were directed at the body. This one is short and wide, frees up Pat Symcox's arms, and he deals with it beautifully.
So he moves to 81, which equals his highest ever Test score. That, of course, he made in Faisalabad against Pakistan, and it played a very big part in South Africa winning that Test and the series. magnificent triumph for South Africa. To win a test series in Pakistan, extremely difficult. They've only lost 5 in something like 26 years at home, and South Africa really did magnificently, and thanks mainly to him, 81 and 55. Now he's going to get a few more here. This is his highest test score as he gets it past the square leg umpire. They won't get 4 runs, they'll get 2. That's enough to move him to 83 and South Africa to 317 for 8 and 150 partnership. Well, he's going to get 4 more runs. He was into position so early there that he actually had to wait for it.
Waqar Younis testing Mark Boucher again. Another short pitch delivery. He's very strong in that area. Wasn't in complete control of that shot, but he still hits it well enough to go for 4.
He's going to get 4 more. 1 bounce over the wicketkeeper's head, where we saw Andrew Hudson get a boundary like that yesterday, and now Mark Boucher does, and that really will infuriate the Pakistanis, and particularly Waqar Younis.
Mark Boucher being fortunate on that occasion. The ball
Short and punished by Simcox. That almost sat up and looked at him. He's hit that so straight, that's sort of wide of it on, that's all.
More humiliation for one of the best fast bowlers in the world. To be pulled so straight as Robin has described is really bad news for him. Normally the speed of the delivery means that the batsman's got to sort of hook it around behind square. Look at that, almost to mid-on. Great shot.
Does, and nearly gets a wicket. Well, I don't want to say I told you so, but it's about time.
Say it, Robin, you were right. That was a very good delivery. Mark Boucher has shown that he's now in, and he's not inclined to leave the ball, but look at that late swing, and there it induced the false stroke, and just falling short of Inzamam at first slip. Fine cricket. Hopefully Mark Boucher is going to learn from this and be more careful with that front foot.
Has a chance now because they'll scramble a leg by, which means that he will have strike. In fact, they're going to get 5 leg bys. Well, there's nothing the batsman can do about this situation. Now there's confusion between Simcox and Boucher, because that's 5 runs. Now Simcox should be facing. But surely Simcox should be facing. Well, I think things have gone wrong here. Simcox should be facing, and umpire Mitchley, because they crossed for the initial leg by, then there was a 4 overthrow, so they should be changed around. And I think Sohail has brought it to the attention of umpire Mitchley. And now Mitchley's calling Peter Willey over. It's very simple. They ran a leg by, and then there was the 4 overthrows, so they'd crossed and they should be changed round. And now umpire Mitchley is going to set things right. Well, extraordinary. Imagine if Boucher had got out when he shouldn't have been facing. But now they've sorted it out. This is how it happened. Shy at the stumps. Now it hits Boucher there, deflects past the man backing up and goes for 4. Now, if it hadn't gone for 4, the batsman out of sportsmanship wouldn't have run. Let's watch Simcox. Does he get his 100? They're looking for it, and he's going to get it. He's got it, and he leaps in the air, and now he holds his bat aloft first to his teammates in the dressing room, and to the whole of the wondrous stadium, and they've come to their feet. Patrick Simcox has made his first Test 100, and how richly deserved. What a moment for Patrick Simcox.
Simo has done well for his team, his teammates supporting him, whole of South Africa is supporting him. This is a brilliant partnership, and they went up to 350 as well.
This is how it happened. He just dropped it down in front of him and set off straight away, and Boucher was coming. He was alert to the moment, was Mark Boucher, and just look at the joy. At 37 years old, Patrick Leonard Simcox scored. And Simcox now gets 4 runs through the covers, and I think those 4 runs take us to a new world record for the 9th wicket partnership. Well, now he'll be able to play with a lot more freedom now that he's got to his 100.
Went back, cut.
But it doesn't take too long before he said, well, I've had enough of this now. I'm in control, and whack, 4 runs. Didn't quite hit it where he wanted to hit it. So a big milestone for Pat Symcox, and indeed for Boucher. Got his first Test 50, and together they now hold the world 9th wicket record. Boucher has been becalmed while all this has been going on. He hasn't scored for half an hour. He's only scored 4 runs, and this might be the end, and it is. So Simcox is eventually out, drained probably from all the excitement. The adrenaline may be gone, and he hits it straight down the throat of mid-on, and Patrick Simcox is out. But what an incredible innings it has been from him, and it has ended quite tamely in the end as he hits it straight down the throat of mid-on off the bowling of Waqar Mushtaq. And he knows that it was a bit silly. Jonty Rhodes gives him a little high five, and he leaves to a standing ovation.